Yes, sir. You welcome to the Weekly Skeem podcast. It's your host, Manson Musa Jr. I got a co-host right now. What's your name, sir?
Reese Raw in the building, baby. We're Weekly Skeem podcast. We're back.
We're back with another one. And the topic today, and I'm gonna give you the title, is Lights, Camera, Action. Okay?
I'm talking lights, camera, action. Let's say I'm
sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yes. Turn around. Let me see. So,
Yeah.
yo, I'm feeling it right now. I'm happy to be in the building with the Weekly Skeem podcast, man.
Thank you.
Topic today is lights, camera, action. Reese Raw, Manson Musa Jr. You know, we want y'all feedback. We want to talk about these puppets out here and all of these things that are transpiring around us, and for whatever reason, everybody's afraid. What are they afraid of?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you what's going on, man. People playing too many games out here. I don't know what's going on. Why this thing sound like it didn't want to work. But it was tripping. But people out here playing a lot of games, man. A lot of people gotta understand what's going on, the times, you know what I mean, and what must be done. And then there's a lot of people, because I'm taking this off. I can have my hair up. The time and what must be done. Because you got people out here that's on big stages lying to you, and people are taking everything that they're saying getting put under a spell. Yo, did you know that words they carry like energy, right? Did you ever hear that?
They do.
Yeah.
It said the scripture talks about how the tongue is actually a rudder, like the small rudder on the back of a boat.
Yeah.
And that's huge, and it's really small. Yo, it was one thing that I was thinking about today. Something that's trending right now is the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh,
they were. I mean, look, they ripping down statues all over the world. We got people in Europe that are like supporting this Black Lives Matter movement. They're like, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. I'm overjoyed by the support. They're ripping statues down and throwing them in rivers. You see what they did to Frank Rizzo in Philly, right?
But you know what? The thing like that, I don't even know where you brought it up though. I don't want to let it go. But I'm gonna tell you something right now about that type of stuff. Black Lives Matter. Like, I don't know why. It don't rub me the right way. I don't understand why.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Shout out my cousin, Big Tony Dogs, man. Follow him on Facebook. He was saying the same thing. He said, you know, like that Black Lives Matter movement is not for me. And you know what? Yeah. I was sitting in the house today after I got out the shower, and this thought had came to me, and I thought that it had sounded really stupid. And this is how it came out. I said, Black lives don't matter. Black lives don't matter. They don't. Black lives don't matter. And I'm saying that based on the way Black people, African American people have been treated in the United States globally for as long as we can remember, to the point that you teaching me how people was getting beat and ostracized and shunned and left out of, separated, treated less than for multiple years, hundreds of years in a row. Like, I don't get it. So my point was, Black lives, they really don't matter. They don't matter to the kids that's in the inner city. They're shooting each other. And then people will try to compare that, like, oh, well, Black lives matter. Well, if they did matter, why are these people shooting up each other? They're shooting up each other because that's what they're doing. They're into this type of street life mentality where they sell drugs, they rob, they shoot, they do shit like that. And they do that shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Black person. I don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess you could say it's in everybody, but like, no. You know,
I gotta say, good evening to Justine Hughes, Feast on Royalty.
Feast on
Thank
Royalty.
you for coming through the weekly Skeem and sitting back with us. Good evening to you. It is the Skeem team. That's what we do out here. We get that news. We do that research. And we're going to do what we got to do out here to get you that real thing. But what I'm going to say to you, though, people not understanding that it's like wizardry going out here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I'm saying it, I'm not saying it's spooky to where you be like, oh, like, no. Listen, words mean a lot. They carry a lot of energy. It depends on how you try to put it out there and get people to focus. And then once you do that, it's called a spell. It puts you under a spell and you start to move. That's why media, if you look at it, for who made media and did commercials and started to put it in there, because once something starts to go over and over and over and over in your mind, it goes into your subconsciously, what starts to come out, and you do it, you don't even know why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? I call it remote control Negro.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my fault. That's what I do. And Tony, be quiet. I don't want to hear
it. Block Lloyd's matter. Block Lloyd's matter.
Black Lives Matter.
No, Block Lloyd's matter. And they do. But get back to the wizardry, man.
Hey, Melanie, what's up with you?
Justine said, why do I care?
Why do I care? Hey, man, listen. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to read something to you. This is what I'm going to read to you.
Can I read a poem?
It's Revelation 16:14.
Uh-huh.
For there the spirits of devils working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of the God Almighty. Now, what I'm trying to say with this is, listen, there's a lot of things that are out here. There's certain books out here that people act like they don't understand. They don't want to do it. It's been out for a while. People act crazy. They do what they want to do. They pick and choose what they want to do.
You're talking about white devils?
What?
Do you mean when you talk about devils, you're talking about white devils?
No, I don't know what the heck you're talking about that.
No.
You
No, Tony.
no. No, so, what is it? Black what?
Block Lloyd's matter. Block Lloyd's matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Block Lloyd's matter.
I would like to say that I matter too.
Yeah, you
even
do
though I'm
matter.
not black.
But
I got
what I'm
black
saying
in
to
me.
you,
Come on, let's go.
there's another piece that I gotta hit you with. And it's Exodus 7:11. But Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers and the magicians of Egypt. They also did in like manner with enchantments. So enchantments, okay, we're gonna say like soothsayers. That's what we're gonna say out there. That's what it is. That's why if you look at the president, right?
Yeah.
He always got a team with him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they always help him from when he say some dumb stuff, they come up and they try to what? Soothe you, make you feel better. They're the soothsayers. So what he is, he's the wizardry, and they got him up there doing it, talking to craziness, and they got the policies that move it in there, put you under the spell. That's what I'm saying. They doing real life wizardry type stuff out here, man, and they really doing it. It really matters.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, and people can look it up, and it's a fact, they have a Quran and a Bible in the White House. You can look it up. It's real.
Right.
Okay. So for them to have it, it's there for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? Right. It's not in there for they wouldn't just have it like, oh, you called us, we got it in there. They got it in there for a reason.
Right.
So there must be some knowledge in that. There's knowledge in the Bible.
Yo, when you said the wizards, say the word for me.
What? Wizardry?
Wizardry.
Yeah.
Okay. Watch how the flunkies follow them. You remember when Trump said, I could literally shoot someone. I'm not basing it just off of him.
Yeah, it's not.
We're talking about the wizardry and how people fall under a spell once they hear words. See, because people are swayed by words, and it's based on how you deliver them words and how people interpret those words. Yeah. All right. So he said I could literally shoot someone and people would still vote for me. And then, they got damage control, which is, all of them teaming up together like, all right, how are we going to fix this dumb shit again? Once again, blood laws matter. And then now they're defending him. You got people that's defending him. Like the one, I'm trying to, I'm mad. I can't remember the name of the one chick that was. She used to talk for Trump. But she was the person that was
talk for
lulling
Trump.
everybody. I can't remember her name right now.
Is she still there? Or is she gone?
She's gone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody else.
Because I don't really follow them like
she was
that.
getting a lot of heat and shit. Justine, what's her name, Justine?
But at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is that they're getting lulled to sleep. People think that the stuff that they show you in movies, they're 10 steps ahead of you.
Right.
So they're putting it out there already. If you see something, there's something true to it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's on a physical plane has an equal spiritual plane to it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, when you out there and you're dealing with all this stuff out here, that's why I call them, I said, the wickedly wise people. These people out here be having people just fighting for no apparent reason over stuff fake that they just make up and just put out here. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you haven't seen me do nothing in like 2-3 weeks, you want to know why? Because I was sitting back, fasting, doing what I want to do, trying to get myself together. Because you know what? Emotional won't get you nowhere. And I'm not trying to be out here emotional because that's what's going to get people hurt. Because if you look at what's really going on, they really ain't putting it out there too much. They do it once in a while so it's safe face. But these people out here wild and people get shot, killed left and right. They getting murdered. The biggest thing of coronavirus is coming out here. That's why I said if it ever came down to it, and they said go back. I said it'd be 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month before I even think about going back out there playing around. I'm not playing around because you know what? I'm cautious about everything that happens.
Look, you see how the corona cases had spiked in Atlanta, about what 48,000 new cases.
Yeah,
and that was just from people partying and going to the club. Now, we're not talking about old people now. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about young adults.
They the ones that
26, 23 to 42. You know what I'm saying? You all went out to Atlanta and you got the Rona.
You got the who?
The Rona. Or like my sister Amy, she called it the Rhonda.
See, here y'all be wild.
She called the shit the Rhonda. But yo, come on.
He said 1 second, she's the heavy dark haired woman. Yeah, but
Yeah.
But it's a whole team of liars. Listen, that's why when people don't listen to this guy, that's why he fires them so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not part of the team. You're not part of what he wants, man. And people will have to understand what I'm saying. And I'm going to guarantee you it's going to start coming out. Because whatever I say, something, it takes, because I'm going to start putting hashtag 24 HRS. You know what I'm saying? That means 24 hours. Because most of the time, stuff starts popping out.
I like that.
So most of the time, people have to understand, man, it's a decisive battle in the skies, man. It ain't the battle in the skies just physically that's going to happen when they're fighting with the different armies and navies and you know what I'm saying, people that are flying air forces. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be that, but it's going to be a battle for the mind. That's why people out here don't understand what they're doing. They're murdering at a crazy rate. You got mental patients out here, man. You did something that people that were already crazy in America was what goes on, but people just was like blind to it. Then you get woke up. Then you got to go out there and you do craziness again. You get quarantined. You know what I'm saying? Which is you getting put somewhere for people that's living and having a good time. And then you stop them and sit them in the house for that long. You make them even crazier. So now you're sending mental patients back out there, and people just tripping. You think nobody gonna get hurt? Like, come on. People don't understand what's going on out here, and they lulling people to sleep. And people better understand, because this ain't no lullaby, man. People better understand and wake up. I don't need no song mixture. That's what they doing with hip hop right now with these nut ass bulls that be out there singing a bunch of craziness.
Fucking hip hop up right
man,
now.
They got the bull 6ix9ine out there going viral, going crazy, all over ratting.
And you got people like Nicki Minaj,
all over ratting.
Akon. You got people that's like vouching for you, like fuck it. I know you a whole rat. I know you a whole rat, but I'm still gonna fuck with you. Why? What? It's because the dude go viral. Now I'm not going like that's how he stand. Shout out. I ain't messing with that boy. Shout out my man Heck. He said that's how this pussy staying relevant. It is because people talking about him, but at the end of the day, this motherfucker was making music. They was extorting him, fucking his bitch. They was like, they didn't fuck him up. You know, they was taking millions of dollars from this boy. And he read it. And he read it. So if you do the history, all right, regardless of the situation, you knew what you were in, you read it, and you got people vouching them, like Nicki Minaj, like Akon. This nigga Akon about to make a whole fucking crypto city. This nigga, yo, he the real Black Panther. For real.
You want to hear something though? Yo, Pete, you want to hear something though? Listen to this. Because people always want to talk crazy. People want to talk crazy. They be talking about some Akon this and Akon that, and he doing this and doing that. Because I liked him and I was there for him too. But you saying it. So you just tell me something that I was put in the weekly podcast group. I said, yo, they're giving vaccines out there. You talk about all this lighting, all this stuff that you doing here in Africa, all these continents. But people, what I'm saying, he's talking about all this light and all this stuff you got to do, but you letting vaccines come in there? Yo, speak up about that. Why you ain't speaking up about that? You know what I'm saying? That's what be shady about people, because I'm tired suppressing ideas and how I feel in my gut because I know some bullshit. That's bullshit, dude. You ain't going to be talking no dumb shit to me the way you talking about, yo, I get electricity. And yo, first of all, dog, you got a line of credit from China.
Right.
From China.
And that's and how much money was it for? Like it was like in the billions.
Yeah, it was like billions.
It was in the billions. It was something like that. Either way, like damn, all right, so you funding all of this money from China into Africa. Like they've been doing this shit for forever. We could go back in the history. You know what? You know what's the one thing?
Jody said money is their guide. If they can get money to get you out of here, they're going to do it.
Right. So look, and Melanie Warren said depression and crazy thinking, making people crazy doing dumb shit. You right. They doing all types of fucking dumb shit. Now, let me get back to my point because we enlightened. Watch this shit. The United States of America is one of the only fucking countries you ain't going to see no fucking tank shit set up from China in the U.S. down Center City. You're not going to see nothing from Russia. Like within the last 2 to 3 weeks, the United States have actually found fighter jets from Russia flying like near America soil. But they on top of that shit, they watching them. But like,
you're talking about when they caught them in Alaska.
In the air.
Yeah, in the air.
America is the only country, if you think about it, they ain't everybody fucking country. They setting up shop. You giving people this, you giving people that. Why? Why they can't do their own shit? Why? Because there's money over there. Let's just talk about there, but why are you there? Why are you there? You hear of Scientology, you hear of Egyptology.
Yeah.
Why you have a study of Egyptology? And why isn't this information privy to everybody in the world?
Yeah, you know what's crazy that you said that.
Right.
Some of people that you said that. You said because for some reason I don't know, because you weren't even here when I did my news, when I wrote this for the episode.
Share that shit.
You want to peep it? I'm gonna put it. Yo, I did on graffiti and ology.
Yeah.
You know, the end of when they put it on a word.
Okay.
Cryptology. You know what I mean? What's the one for writing? It's you know, it's different ones. What I'm saying is, look,
calligraphy.
It's a field of study or related to writing.
Right.
Ology, a subject of study, a branch of knowledge. So look, they got out here. That's why I said lights, camera, action.
Right.
Look, cinematography, the traditional cue to the members of a film crew at the beginning of a tape. A cue, an action or event that is a signal for somebody to do something. Right. This is what I'm saying. They're doing signals and they're doing crazy stuff to do certain things. But look, this is what I'm saying. When I took the little sabbatical, when I took like the 3 weeks off, I did it because I don't want emotions involved in nothing I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? No emotion. I want it just straight facts, actual facts and stuff. If I say it to them, they gotta look it up. I want actual facts to be out here, and I don't want to be telling no lie.
We fact checking stuff. We actually putting work into the content that you see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Feast on Royalty. Feast on Royalty said we're there to conquer and exploit. Exactly. That's what they've been doing. They've been running down. They've been like, see, look, Justine Hughes said they've been Broad Street bullying people since 1492. Their time is coming. And it's coming in this look. Now they're attacking the national anthem, Star Spangled Banner, which was created by Francis Scott Key. And Francis Scott Key was a well-known slave owner. Okay. All right. Look, you already know they about to rip that shit out the frame just based on that. But the history and the ignorance and the disrespect and continued decimation of the black race has been documented, and you want to fucking teach me about this shit in school? That's why these motherfuckers is out here killing people, man. They fucking mad. And half of these ignorant motherfuckers never even been to 8th grade. They don't even know who Martin Luther fucking King is. They don't know who he is. They don't know who Martin Luther King is.
Martin Luther to the king.
They know who Lucifer is. They see all of the poverty and famine in their community.
The Lucifer, the sign of the morning.
Son of the morning.
Yo, listen. I'm gonna tell you what. This is what people don't understand. This is what they got to understand. They not fighting for nothing else. This is a spiritual warfare.
This is definitely spiritual.
And it's in high places and wickedness in high places.
And it's written. Like when I remember shit.
They know
this probably was like, I want to say it was like over a year ago. No, this shit was probably like 2 years ago. And you was like, yo, Reese, yo, you was right. We should do like, you know, something to report. And then you had it all set up. These are things that you can't make up. They were developing to you. They were coinciding. They were existing all the way around you. The weekly Skeem podcast was to be in place to inform people, just to say, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, Justine, Martin Luther. Yeah, I know about Martin Luther. See, some people confuse him with Martin Luther King Jr. But like,
but you got to understand though, bro. Listen, the enchanters, when they talk about the enchanters and the sorcerers, you got to think about it. It's the preachers and it's our leaders,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because they're the ones that they use and put out. Because most of the time, when you look at this stuff that Trump and what they do is they take it and they go, hey, we understand, but you know what? Look what this guy says. You know what most people send me? They send me something about a black guy saying something to me. What's that supposed to move me? When I can't be intelligent. I don't have to need you to send me something of somebody that's of my color. Because first of all, I can spot you. I don't care about your color. I'm going to look at what you're doing because I know when somebody
say they confuse it on purpose.
Yeah, they confuse it on purpose. That's what you do. You confuse nature. When you do something to confuse natural order of things, you know what you got? Chaos. That's what you had. And that's why you're seeing chaos. There's going to be more and more chaos, and you're not going to understand it. It's on the grand stage. America has let her slip fall in America, and they're going to understand what it meant because people are going to be all up in her guts.
Yep.
That's what they're going to
be.
They're going to be all up in her guts.
No, you know what's really going to be, you know what's really going to be fucked up? When the chickens come home to roost.
No, they already came home.
Look, yeah. No, they didn't, brother. No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Your mother, no, the fuck they didn't. Those chickens, well, hold up. I know you remember better than me. You remember they were talking to Malcolm X. And he was on live TV and they had asked him something and he was like morbid in the face when he said, no. It wasn't Malcolm X. It was Elijah Muhammad. No. It was Farrakhan. He said, oh yeah, you know, something to the effect of like, yeah, well, you know, this is what's happening, and you know, the chickens is coming home to roost. Like,
no, that's Malcolm X.
That was Malcolm X. All right,
yeah.
See, I'm confusing them.
That's Malcolm.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
But like, my point was like, all the damn right. Look at Justine, and she bent over. Oh, this is a perfect segue. This is a perfect segue for me to stay on topic, but just say, yeah, I mean, free my nigga Bill Cosby, man. See, because you know what, Emmett Till.
Yeah, hey, man.
Hold up.
Why you say that?
Give me one second. I just said it to me. I had to do it. You should have had the glasses on.
You ever had the Jones on?
You should have had the glasses on.
Hey, if I had them on,
people be like, what? Like, hey, man, you can't say that. You can't say nigga on. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to Annette Geo before we went live. And I said, you know what would be fucking amazing? If I could figure out a way,
Bill, they knew it. Bill
if I could, free my nigga Bill Cosby, let my nigga, I'm going the wrong way, free my nigga Bill. Oh shit, look, you never know when I'm packing when I come in the joint. Wow. All right, so free my nigga Bill Cosby, and this is a perfect segue for me to say, you know, this is the first annual weekly scheme. Take a shot, 7th inning stretch. Even how long we been rolling right now, bro?
Yeah, about what? 26 minutes?
26 minutes. We're rolling. We got people like Justine Hughes watching, Melanie Warren, Feast on Royalty. You know, shout out to all of you guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, make sure that you subscribe to the Weekly Scheme podcast. Share it on your Facebook feed. You know, share it with your mom that don't really fucking care. She's like, look, what's the Weekly Scheme podcast? You're like, bitch, shut up. Just listen. Okay.
But I'm gonna let them know. Listen, I'm working on to where everything is going to be consolidated and put into one spot. Okay? One spot where everybody can just be like, all right, that's what it is, and you hit it. And then you'll be cool. Because a lot of people in this electronics is moving too fast because I've met too many people that say, what are you saying? Or if you put something up, they don't understand where they're going with it. And they're like, well, what is that? Like, and they're not being mean. They really just don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because my wife at the end of the day don't even know the internet like that.
Yeah.
When I do stuff, she looks at me like, okay, she don't worry about all that. She can get on a computer and type, but she ain't getting into all this technical stuff, man. A lot of people don't want to do it.
She don't have to.
She don't have to.
She's intellectually, she could just shut you down in like 2 sentences if she see you face to face. But hey, thanks a lot, Justine. I really appreciate it. You brought my train of thought back. I was talking to Annette Geo in the back, and I said, what an amazing thing it would be if I could just all of a sudden figure out how to shut the word nigga down. The word nigger, the word nigga, the word ninja, the word anything that's derogatory in regards to an African American, something that's been hurt, pain, death, blood, gore, for the last 500 years. I'm adding some years to it. Fuck it. I said, what an amazing thing if I would be able to do that. I'm dead ass. I'm not talking about banning the shit like when you say cuss words when you buy a CD from Walmart. I'm talking about all the way across the board. And I'm basing that on the fact that if they're breaking down all of these things that were holding black people down for so long, you're pulling down statues of, you know, known racist people, you know what I'm saying?
But look, hold on, wait, I gotta stop you on something now.
Hold on.
But this, I gotta stop you on this.
All right.
There's a lot of people, and this is what I'm gonna tell you.
All right,
I'm gonna tell you like this. Because I really don't like to get into a lot of different things with people. But I'm gonna tell you, well, no, because you can't. Because what black people have to understand, and I'm talking to black people, okay?
Yeah. All right.
I'm not worried. No, listen.
You better get to the grease.
I am going to
get better be in the Crisco can.
And no, it's going to be
fucking counter over there.
You already know I'm going to come with some Crisco.
Well, look. We tuned in.
This is what I'm going to say.
Podcast.
These people that's black, they always say this and they say that and they say this. Nothing's going to change until we change it, us, and stop worrying about somebody else doing something else to us. Okay? Because if you think about it, you'll never notice something's there if it's not bothering you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And the thing with us is we can't stay together long enough to get nothing together because we either self-hating, we don't like when somebody got something, we want a part of it. We like a little crab in a barrel, but it's a thing to where there are people that do want to see stuff come over there. That's why most of the time, if you look at the Nation of Islam, they say, hey, well, you guys in the Nation of Islam, Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad, y'all didn't let Caucasians in there. Why didn't you? You want to know why? You want to know why he didn't do it? It's because it's a problem inside the home.
Yeah.
When you go out there, say you're out there, your daughter's out there fighting two people, right? And she got two friends with her, and they getting into it. You go out there, you break it up. You throw your daughter to the side, tell the girl, the other girl, and her friend, you say, what are you doing? Stop it and take your butt home. You go inside the house, and we going to talk. And then you go and you do something inside your house. It's a home problem.
Yes.
We need to deal with it.
Okay.
And because if we deal with it, it don't matter what anybody does to us. If we come together, we will be fine. But we worried about how everybody else is looking at us. And if everybody has the corrective lens to say, okay, that's okay for you to do. We don't want to do it.
You know what?
That's truth.
That I'm look,
that's truth.
Excuse my ignorance. I'm just going off of my memory because I only pull things from my small to long-term memory if I give a fuck about it. I think her name is Candace Brown, that black woman that was talking about the Black Lives Matter movement and how George Floyd was a thug. And she said a lot of fucked up shit. She really did. But she was bringing up statistics from back in the day, 80s. I want to say her name is Candace Brown, the black chick that was
Candace.
What's her name?
I know you're talking about.
Is it Candace Brown? It could be that.
I know her name's Candace.
It's something I want to say.
I know her name's Candace.
She said, shout out to everybody that's watching this stuff. We see you commenting, and shout out to Melanie Warren. She said she's been missing out. She's been in and out of the hospital too darn much. Got to get back on.
Yeah, she's on road to say, yeah, that's his name.
Hey man,
that's her name.
Look, God bless you, Melanie. We hope that you feel better. You know, Godspeed fast, ASAP. You know what I'm saying? She says this woman, Candace Brown, says something about she said it was at like 60s.
Jerry said Candace Owens.
Candace
that's
Owens.
Her name too.
Thank you. See, thank you, Justine. I appreciate it. Candace Owens. That's her name. She said, "Yeah, we love you here at the Weekly Skeem Podcast, Melanie." She said that the single woman family rate was like 62%. I'm talking about like back in the 60s and 70s. Why? It was because you were still fucking chasing down black men and hanging them around the fucking corner from where they lived at. You know what I'm saying? When they were just trying to work. You had the Jim Crow laws and all of that stupid ass shit you couldn't go to. So there's a really fucking huge discussion that still needs to be talked about, and it needs to start from the president all the way to fuck down. And you can see how a lot of people.
You're not a president. It don't have to do.
No. It needs to start from government, and it needs to say something like, you know what? Look, we know that in the past we've been fucking you Negroes up. We've been fucking you up. The Homestead Act, you know what I'm saying? Tulsa, Black Wall Street. All of these things, Ku Klux Klan, all of these.
But you know what it's doing.
Let me finish. All of these things that have been transpiring for years has took black people of color, Hispanic people, Mexican people, Arab people, definitely Indian people. Give me a second. Give me a second and let me finish.
No. Give
me a second. Let me finish.
No.
I'm not.
We speak facts here.
Let me finish.
Arabs are not black, dude.
I'm not saying that they were black. I said, all right, well, let me correct you because you're wrong. I said African American people. I said Mexican people.
You were saying people of color.
I'm talking
Arabs
about
not people of color.
People of color, people that
Arabs ain't people of color.
All right, so what are they?
They're white people. They're Caucasian people.
Okay.
They're not black.
Okay, well, I'm not saying that they're white.
But
Are
I'm
you saying
telling
that
you,
are you saying the Arab people are white? That's what you're
They
telling
are.
me?
Yeah, they are.
You're saying Arab people are white.
Yeah.
They're Caucasian.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool too. So my point was, for many years in a row, there has been people shutting us down all around the board, as far as you can remember. And then as far as your grandmother can remember. And as far as her mother, like Emmett Till got killed. Trayvon Martin, I had to tell my daughter about Trayvon Martin. You know what I'm saying? My point is,
There's a lot to it, though.
I know, like I could be here forever for the longest. Look, Justine said it needs to start with the U.S. Who cares about what they think and if we have knowledge of self? She said, no, Reese. She said, yes, we need our dignity checked. I love us unconditionally, but damn, we need to do better. Candace Owens. All right, yeah, I think Candace Owens was, I think she's valued to her fucking opinion. I think that she could speak freely and say whatever she say, and I can agree and disagree with some of the things that she says, and I disagree with a lot of shit that she said. But at the end of the day, she also was talking about some things that were actual facts. You remember we were in school, they used to tell us how it takes a whole village to raise a child. But our village has been destroyed like Coin Master all the fucking time. How could you ever get ahead if you always got somebody over top of you stopping you from doing things? And it's another thing I was thinking about.
No, but that's when I'm saying you got to dig deep, though.
Yeah, you got to dig deep.
That's where we're
see, because police brutality, you know where that originated from? Oppressor, overseer, oppressor, police brutality. Okay, because back when they was on the plantations and shit, they would just beat the fuck out of you. And before it was police brutality, it was just called, you was just in a fucking hole in the ground somewhere. And fuck your family, we about to fuck your family, we about to fuck your wife, and we gonna take you, we gonna take your kids.
No, he said our villages aren't villages anymore.
Yeah, they not villages. They like motherfucking, they like little pieces. They like little pieces on a motherboard in a computer. And that was my point when I said, look, I'm not ignorant because I believe that Black Lives Matter. But I was telling Abdul Rahim earlier, man, Samusa, I said, I was thinking about something. I said, you know what? Black lives, they don't matter. Not in the United States of America. And it's fucking documented well.
But it is.
Who can argue with me? All right, well, let's argue.
You're not gonna be able to argue.
You can't argue it.
But that's the purpose of why stuff is happening the way it's happening, because there was a problem from the very beginning.
You know what's next?
You're not going to be able to move if you don't have an engine.
We coming for y'all. KKK. Look, look. When I talk about stuff like this, I just want y'all to know that I got people like Annette Geo, people like Kevin Nixon, people that are Caucasian, that don't look at color. And we hate you racist pieces of shit too. We really do. I got friends that are white. They're not saying, they're not down like, yo, I want to know. They're genuinely honest, loving, caring people. And they're also intelligent people. See, because you can tell anybody anything if they fucking ignorant. I can tell you, look, man, all of these juices right here are $55. If you don't know, you're going to buy it for $55 every time.
That's the spell.
That's the spell. They use it
caught
to keep people lured under the spell, but the spell's not working no more. The scripture tells you that your time is up. And just our luck, we may see this in our lifetime.
Oh, it's a spell that's really lingering people on. But it's a He said the generational oppressors. Most of these cops, parents, grandparents, etc., were police. The hatred runs deep.
Yes,
But
they
you want
do.
to know what?
And that's you know what? Feast on
But-
royalty. Thank you.
But that's the point. What people understand is most of the time. You want to know why you don't see the KKK running around with little pointed little hoods on anymore
Can I stop
and,
you
and
right
everything.
there?
But
Keep going.
the reason why they don't have that stuff no more is because they're not under hoods. The one Grand Wizard said, he said, we won't be in hoods anymore. He said, well, where will you be? He said, we'll still be around. He said, but we'll be judges. We'll be
Right.
cops. We'll
Yeah.
be in high places
Yes,
in
high.
government
High.
to where we can control what we want.
Up there, they there. They're there. They've been
People in high
doing it.
places.
How come? All right, this is a stupid
People in
question.
high places.
How
That's it.
come? You know what? The KKK is next. You see this K on my shirt? I'm fucked up. I can't see it. There we go. The KKK is next.
For what?
How come you remember when they had the Black Party Panther, the Black Panther Party? I said Black Party Panther.
Yeah, it was a lot.
No, listen to me. How do you see how they infiltrated them within the FBI?
Yeah, COINTELPRO.
How come? All right, they got stories of people infiltrating the KKK. How come it's still allowed to be functioning? Like they're still having meetings. They still have an agenda. They're using the Robert's Rules of Order. Like how come
Weird.
the KKK?
Weird.
You said where?
Yeah, weird.
I don't fucking know. I'm not looking to fucking making me. You crazy as shit.
That's why you don't see no film on
You
it.
are crazy as shit to think that.
That's why you don't see film.
No, brother,
We
they
take
still
everything.
together, but they're in fucking big giant ass fucking mansions. I'm talking
Exactly.
about 45,000 acres.
But you're
Okay,
not gonna
they're
know
in a
something.
basement somewhere, and it's still business as usual for them, man. This when I think about this detrimental think tank.
Well, she said, I don't want to hear that people don't see color anymore. It's annoying. Love us for our blackness. You see me as black, and I see you as white, but it doesn't change my perception.
Yeah, it don't change my perception either. It doesn't. When I moved from Philly to 95 to Swedesboro, it was a culture shock because I went to Overbrook High School my freshman year, 93. And then I got kicked out of Overbrook. And then I went to West Philadelphia High School. I got kicked out of there. And then my mom said, you moving with your daddy over to Swedesboro over there. Just like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He went to Overbrook. And when I got to Kingsway, it was a culture shock because there was so many white people, which I was only used to seeing a lot of black people, but I never had a problem with white people, period, because I just didn't. My father was married. He remarried. He married a white woman. And, you know, I got brothers from that situation. And who fucking cares about shit like that? I've never seen stuff like that. See, hatred and racism and bad behavior, that's all taught. It's all taught. And it starts in a home. It starts in the home. So if you got a dad and a mom in the house, you know, things could go different for you. A lot of people, you know, were blessed to have, you know, both of their parents in their life. Two strong parents, despite whatever they were going through. You know what I'm saying? Let me read what Justine said. Justine said, I don't hate one person for another person's actions. I do, however, move according to my experiences in certain areas, and that's how they do. We have to change the perception of us as black people. And that's true, Justine. And I could say right now, that's hard to do overnight. That's hard to do overnight. But it is really easy when you start with you and then you start treating people as such, you know what I'm saying, in a loving and caring way. That's the only thing that we could do. You know what I'm saying? All we could really be is loving and caring and respectable. You know, that's how we were raised. That's how it's always been. Every nationality has to do it. Yeah, they do, man. And you know what? It'll take another. Look, it's happening now. The one thing that we can say is it's actually happening now. people are looking at it. I was telling Mansa Musa earlier how, look, now they attacking the Star Spangled Banner, which if you think about the Star Spangled
But what is
Banner,
that going to do for?
hold up, but just think about what I'm saying.
It don't matter, bro.
No, it doesn't matter. But
none of that stuff.
It's a trickle effect that's happening.
No, it's a trick.
All right, yeah, you say it's
that's
a trick.
all it is. Because that's all that is like that's a trick trying to silence. That's trying to silence a baby with anything. That's like trying to give a baby a pacifier. That's all it is.
You talking about them coming at the national anthem?
They're trying to take every little thing, the national anthem, little monuments. It's bigger than that. What the hell is a monument? Nobody care about that.
A lot of people care. You know what? People do care about it.
Okay, what has it done?
When I walk past it, I'm not talking about me, but let's just talk about people that
before this happened. Nobody said nothing.
A lot of people said stuff, but nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. They've been talked about. Fucking.
How much you want to bet like this? I bet you.
How much you want to bet? Fucking.
I guarantee you.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? In the next 2 to 3 years. In the next 2 to 3 years. That statue of Lincoln is going to be gone. They're going to start ripping down all of these false idols.
But what does it have to do with it, though?
It has a part to do with everything.
It's not going to hurt nothing.
It's talking about destruction, because when you read about the end, it doesn't talk about peace until you get to salvation. It talks about how things are going to go awry and shit is going to be blowing the fuck out of the frame.
Yeah, but I'm
seeing it on a day-to-day basis.
The point, what I'm saying is that they say they want to take down monuments. Okay, cool. But if you take down a monument and after you do it, you be like, all right, cool. So what's the solution?
What's the solution?
Yeah.
The solution hasn't even been, you know what I'm saying, conjugated yet. It hasn't been cultivated yet. Me and you, we could both say, you know what, this is what we should fucking do. It's a whole fucking conversation. How is it going to come to some type of closure where we can get some type of, growth from it? Who knows how long that's going to take? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of us can agree that things have been bad.
Not under the way things are moving now.
Man,
that's why I'm telling you, if people continue to keep being lulled to sleep, they're gonna get their asses handed to them.
Right. They just gonna be uninformed.
Everybody don't understand what's going on anyway.
Look, I'm looking at
and they're gonna start taking people out by the bus routes and just killing them.
Because
Guantanamo Bay wasn't made for foreigners. Trust me, it was made for other people. It was made for us.
Wow. Look, I'm looking at the books. You got multiple books over there. A lot of books on the shelf. So 3 of them caught my eye.
What?
It says Message to the Black Man.
Yeah.
The Cyrus Mystery.
The series.
Like
Sirius Radio when they be doing it with the little star.
Series. Yeah. And then the book next to it, War.
Oh no, man,
the book next to it, War. Justine said,
your series just came on for no reason.
Damn, what the hell is that? It says, please refrain from.
Oh no, that's because she was, because I got something. I got a bot up in there.
Okay. She said we all bleed red in the end.
Justine
said we as adults have messed up in life. People will never let you forget, but the kids are a new chance not to have the same prejudice and judgment on their fellow human beings, and they really are. Justine, you know what the beauty of this is? As fucked up as things look, I truly believe in this lifetime, like when we're dead, this world is still going, and we got kids like my daughter, like Crash, like Alania, like Abdul's kids, like Haas kids, you know what I'm saying, that are respectable kids. I truly believe that things can, go different, and it's always going to be, bad apples that are going to make things, because if you think about Satan, he's just not going to like you regardless. And there's some people that don't care nothing about your happiness or none of that. They don't see anything good in life. They're pessimistic and they're beyond pessimistic. So, you know, it's hard, but you know, I think we do got a shot, and that is the best shot. Like, you know, teaching our kids. Like, when my daughter's in 11th grade next year, thank God. When she was in the 2nd and 3rd grade, when we had time off from school, she thought that she would be able to play PlayStation, go to the park, and hang out all the time, which we would definitely do that. But if you talk to my daughter, you would know. I'm giving you a name, and I want you to look them up, and I want you to write me a whole page paper. She's 7 or 8. She like, what am I going through right now? Yeah, you're learning about history. You know what I'm saying? You learning about history. This is your aunt such and such a. You know what I'm saying? People don't go to family reunions no more. They're disconnected from their families. And that's not how it was back in the day. Like my family is strong. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for a lot. Everybody like words have different connotations. Like I can say that, you know, I had a good childhood when I was growing up, but I lived in Southwest, and you know, my mom had 2 jobs, and if I asked her for something, sometimes I got it. And that was probably a jar of pickles when we went shopping. Somebody else might say, yeah, I had a good childhood. That meant like they was on a yacht. They was in Europe. They got to travel the world abroad before they was 12. Like, you know, words have different connotations and people do different things in life. But, you know, we could we could be all day talking about how, all right, Feast on Royalty, say taking down the monument helps because it teaches people about the real history of these men. It opens up people's eyes to the true history and not the false narrative that they teach us. Thank you, brother. I was just thinking about that. I was in the 4th grade at Alexander Wilson Elementary School, 46 in Woodland. This joint fell off the bottom, bro. I was trying to get 100 on this test. I was in the 4th grade, and I got one test. I got one question on the wrong. I got one question wrong, and it was because I couldn't remember who created the Star Spangled Banner. Thank you, Miss Reisman. She used to say, "Earth the flaky, Earth the flaky." She was. I don't even know. You know, I would say that she was a Caucasian woman, but she could have been something else because she was just like down home, didn't take no dumb shit. She was super affectionate, and all she ever wanted to do was teach us kids. And I can remember getting that question wrong because I can remember Francis Scott Key created the Star Spangled Banner. They've been teaching us stuff in these history books, and you know what? I teach my daughter different stuff. I teach my daughter the things that I think is relevant, things that she should know as a Black woman growing up in West Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? And I've been teaching her since she's 16 now. She'll be 17 on October 25th, and I've been teaching her since she's been 3, 2, 1. So, you know, that goes back into what Justine was talking about. Like, you know, we got to teach our kids, man. We don't know how much longer this world is going to exist. It's going to be around.
People, I'm done.
But while I'm here, I'm going to do the best that I
People
possibly
gotta understand
can.
what the heck's happening. If they
really-
don't understand, I don't know what the heck to tell you.
Right.
It's getting really bad, man. I'm telling you.
Can you pin that comment right there?
What
Peace
comment?
on Royalty. I like that. See, that goes to what you said. You said, what is that going to do? It's bringing national, worldwide knowledge to certain people that have been revered as great for forever when actually you may have been great to some people, but when you think about it, the things that you were doing weren't necessarily that great. And we're just not even going to say that, you know, Francis Scott Key was a terrible person because he was a slave owner, because he had slaves, lots of them, and he made the Star Spangled Banner.
Most people don't.
Yeah,
Most people don't think together.
Most people's
they-
fucking memory don't even go that far. They don't even think about shit like that, Abdul.
Yeah,
They think about smoking fucking weed, and they think about robbing you.
What do you think that like if this just back in the
Some
day?
people are
like
just
this.
ignorant as shit, and they don't give a fuck about stuff like that.
Okay, so when people were getting hung,
Mhm.
castrated, burned,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Heads taken off, women raped. Okay, so you think that they didn't know what was going on? They were doing it,
Exactly, and they're still doing it.
but in a different manner to where it don't look as bad.
Yeah,
Because you're not blatantly.
they changed.
I'm gonna say it like this. It went from it wasn't as bad and they were blind because most people were blind, but it's happening more and more often. And now they're putting it out there for you like this. It's like it's like a keloid. You're not healed too good. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you might knock it into something and it'll give you a pain. Because you know why? It's just a bubble of skin over top of the cut that never healed.
Never healed.
Okay? So until we deal with the cause
we'll be
of
forever.
the effect, then it will never change.
You said
That's
cause of effect. That shit just blew
cause
my mind.
and effect.
Until we deal with the cause,
it will always affect us.
It's
not
never
with the
gonna go away. Every time you look at a scar, you can remember it. And that's the same thing with these statues. My point is, what are they going to do next? Say, you know what? When they made the 13 colonies in the United States of America, that was, you know, too much. And now we're looking for a new flag. No. But until up top says, you know what? We were fucking wrong. And when we say we say our ancestors, and people be like, oh, my ancestors this. You ever hear some black person say, oh, my family ain't from Africa, we from Detroit. All right, shut the fuck up. I ain't even talking to you no more. But I understand what you're saying. But that's not where your roots come from, bro. All your family ain't come from Detroit. They didn't. So when you say that, you sound ignorant, but you are ignorant because you haven't paid the $190 to go on Ancestry.com to actually see the origin of your family.
They're tearing it down isn't enough. It isn't enough.
It's not. My next predicament is fucking. They're gonna just send out reparations, and you know what? They're gonna start killing people wholesale. That's what's coming. I think that's, you see, the cops were talking about that.
They gonna kill them wholesale.
Fired. We just gonna go out there and start killing them. You know what I'm saying? But you've been doing that. They turned slavery into prison. They turned slavery into prison. When you're in prison, it says right there in the 13th Amendment, you can be treated as a slave. And they're outsourcing the same type of land moving, building, construction, demolition shit with people of color. Your white dad that's been locked up for 20 years, he helped build a fucking highway. My uncle, he helped build a fucking hospital. They're outsourcing these big companies. Maybe they want $159 million to do it, but the state of Pennsylvania, they got a team that'll do it for like 20. Run that shit. Get your stupid asses out there and work until you die, because we don't give a fuck about you. And it says that right there in the 13th Amendment. And you know, it goes back to the point that you said, man. We got these talking heads, and they casting these spells, and they're saying things, and they're using cues. They're using certain type of words and situations, and it's been the same since forever, bro.
And that's why if you look at Trump, that's why he's always talking about the fake news.
That's what Justine, right?
The
fake
fake
news,
news.
fake news,
The
because it's
fake
not what he's
news.
talking about.
The fake news.
Mhm.
And, yo, he said it so many times. The fake news. The fake news.
That
The
shit
fake
viral.
news. You know what it went? You know what it did to my head? Because every time he would say it, and I hear him say it, I laugh. But I gotta say, not fake news. I don't look at none of them.
Right.
Because you know why? Because what he's doing is, because I'm gonna do an episode on it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a dude that did it where they showed commercials and he keep flicking stuff in front of people's face. They start to get the subconscious starts to go crazy and start to do stuff and you don't know why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because we got so much technology. That's why the technology is doing so bad
It's
out
fucking
here.
blowing everybody's fucking mind.
That's why
It's killing
the
their
people.
fucking brain.
Now, what does it say in the Bible about old wine skins? What do they say about that? What does it say? You can't put new wine in old wine skins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the same bullshit that they taught, generational curses,
Mm-hmm.
you can't keep putting that old shit inside of a new skin. That's why the children are rebelling against the people because they're a different generation.
Right.
They don't care. They're fearless.
Yes.
They'd rather die. They don't care what you say about them. It's either they're retarded or they're crazy as damn hell. And then that's why they don't understand them, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. And we produce them. And a lot of people complaining and bitching about stuff. Well, hey, dude, you know what? All of us got a part in it. All of us do. Because what I was taught by Elijah Muhammad is no nation can rise higher than the condition of its people.
Mm-hmm.
If I made it big right now, and I just kept going with it, that's why I said the Weekly Skeem podcast is made by what? It's made for the people and by the people. Because at the end of the day, if y'all don't support me, I'm nothing. I'm just somebody blabbering.
Right.
And somebody bringing somebody else on to blabber with me.
Right. And that was
You know
never the initial intent of the Weekly Skeem podcast.
Mm-hmm.
When we thought about when we thought about it years ago. It was to inform people. And we need your input, we need your feedback. We want to see you saying like, yup, that's correct. And what do you think the stimulus is? Reparations, Justine, stop playing. They like, look, let me get these motherfuckers. Look, you shut the country down and now you not like, come on, man. The average person is like, you know what? Y'all stop people from working, but my gas bill is still coming. My rent is still due. I still gotta pay my $350.
That's why it's called sacrifice.
$350 cable bill. Cause y'all motherfuckers want to have everything. But now it's time to cut all that shit. And then you could just subscribe to the Weekly Skeem TV, baby.
No, Scheme of Things TV is gonna be
no, not that one. Weekly Skeem TV. I mean, you getting all types of stuff that you need to watch on your TV now. You got that Fire Stick popping. How long ago I gave you that Fire Stick? How did you didn't know shit about a Fire Stick when I gave it to you? But I gave it to you.
Oh no, I know about them.
Hold on, but I'm talking about back in the day.
Yeah, I know about them.
Years ago. No, you grabbed that John. You look. What's one thing y'all people need to know about Abdul Rahim? And when I say Rahim Abdul, I mean Mansa Musa Jr. This is my dog right here, bro. This is my brother right here. If you got a problem with him, trust and believe. You better. I hope you got 50 eyes, cause we gonna be coming. We gonna be coming from all sides. We gonna be coming from all sides. I'm not even playing with you. Abdul Skeem used to. I remember when he was a young guy. I'm talking about a young guy. Like he wasn't nowhere near 20. and he had a warrant. And he used to walk around every day for like 9 months. He would have this $900 in his pocket every day, just in
I was
case
being
the
lazy.
cops caught him and he had a warrant. They was gonna lock him up, but he was gonna bail out.
I'm
Why?
right up.
Why? Because he had the money in his pocket. So every day, every other day, every other day, I would test him. I'd be like, "Yo, man, oh, you cops him? Like, yo, you got that bail money on you?" He'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He would keep this fucking $1,000 in his pocket every day. And I don't know about you, but it's hard to keep $1,000 in your pocket every day. Like I said, we were young back then. That shit was.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Skeem from the streets and made a good thing. It's gonna be a good thing.
Hey, man,
We got merch coming too. I got to tell you, we got merch coming,
though.
and it's gonna be something great.
Woo, the weekly Skeem.
And I actually
merch.
Yo, and recently even people that did, I actually gave them the floor to talk. That's why I just sat over there and I was reading it because I broke it down and I told him what was gonna be the, you know what I mean, the crux of it, and he just ran it down.
You ain't take a shot
because it's gonna be a time.
All right, right now,
when I give out, hold up, there's gonna be a time where I'm telling you, it's gonna be a network, and I'm gonna have it out here. It's gonna be the scheme of things, and I'm gonna have stuff for people who have to run it, and it's gonna be built, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm not gonna let nobody beat me down. I don't care if people laugh, do what they want to do, but I'm guarantee when you look at me, and you're gonna be like, damn, I remember he said that, and that boy got everything.
I just had a vision.
It's gonna be.
You know how if
everything.
you go to the internet right now, and you thinking about what Mansa Musa Jr. is telling you right now, pay attention. If you go on the internet right now and Google the Walton family's net worth, Walmart, you're going to see multiple people that are super rich and wealthy. And how they do that? By being a part of something that was greater than themselves. Right now, you guys out there watching are a part of something that is greater than we are. Okay? And pay attention, because we giving out wealth out here. We giving out wealth, and the wealth that we're giving is just knowledge itself. It's common sense. It's Weekly Skeem Podcast apparel. It's you in the studio with us doing your own show. It's 3 months from now, you learning how to do your own YouTube blog page, instructed by Mansa Musa Jr. All of these things are in the working. These are just small things that are not necessarily connected to, you know, the topic of our podcast tonight. But pay attention, man, because people are always trying to bless you. And if you're not in the right position to get those blessings, you're going to miss out. So,
you know, I'm gonna tell you what though. I'm gonna say a lot. Yeah, you did good. Yeah, and you ran it. Cause yo, at the end of the day, if you notice, I haven't been on for a while. I haven't made videos. I haven't done anything. And sometimes I get my mouth closed for some apparent reason. I just stop talking. Like even my wife, she'll be like, "Yo, why did you stop talking?" I'm like, sometimes I just don't have anything to say.
Nah, you.
And isn't it that funny?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Start a podcast. And sometimes he just don't got.
I'm gonna tell you why.
What?
It's based off the influx of the things that you want to say, and it's hard to communicate that to everybody. See, because for instance, tonight Mansa Musa wrote 3-4 pages for this podcast. Okay, like he did his research on the things that we were talking about, and I may have, you know, said some shit that wasn't necessarily fact checked. Okay, but when you see Mansa Musa on here, the things that he's saying, they're fact checked. He did research on them. He looked them up. He thought about it. He talked to me about it. He talked to Annette Gio about it. He talked to Justine Hughes about it. You know what I'm saying? So the things that we're doing, we're actually putting the work in. Why?
It's a scheme team.
The scheme team. We just want to give you common sense. We just want to give you some love. We want to see you doing the same type of things that we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Let's make a day for let's do a talk lounge, and let's do a Cash App challenge for $150. We're gonna do a Cash App challenge for $150. And I'm gonna we already talked about the conditions of you getting the money. This is what you need to do. You need to, of course, be on Facebook and like the Weekly Scheme podcast, but you also have to subscribe to the Weekly Scheme podcast on YouTube. Okay, so that's two things: Weekly Scheme podcast, Facebook, YouTube. That makes you 100% eligible to win $150 when we do the next Cash App challenge on the Talk Lounge. And that's just the Weekly Scheme podcast giving back. We're not making money from what we're doing. We love talking to people, interacting with people. Look, Melanie said yes, Talk Lounge. What was the last person that won?
No.
No, she didn't.
That's her. Yeah, that's her. That's
Jersey.
Yeah.
All right, that's Jersey. But after that, it was Kendall.
No, Kendall was first.
Kendall, Jersey.
Yeah.
All right, bet. We're ready to do another Cash App challenge. We need you to share.
And that's what I'm telling y'all. The
Yes.
Scheme of Things, it's a network. That's what says the brand. Now, the Weekly Scheme podcast is just somewhere we come on. It's going to be going down to where we're going to be doing, what's it called? We'll be doing interviews. We're going to be doing a lot of things, topics, hot joint. We're going to do things. We're going to put that niche in a good thing, and it's going to be something great. This podcast is the foundation. The Talk Lounge is part of the network. Then we got the Scheme of Things TV, which is going to be a network of TV where we got different shows that we're going to have on there. Annette Gio's going to be coming. She got coming out with her show coming soon.
Yeah,
I'm going to make a network.
Shout
It
out
was
to
hard.
Annette Gio.
I started. I sweated. It was nice I didn't go to bed and sleep. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter.
young Ted Turner over here.
Man, I'm listening. My mind thinks something totally different, man.
Hey, do me a favor. If you watching right now, if you're a white person, a black person, a yellow person, a green person, a blue person, if you a motherfucking Ninja Turtle, I want to interest you in the 100-day do not say nigger challenge. Don't say nigger. Don't say nigga. Don't say my nigga. Don't say none of
Tell
that.
Tony.
Look, I want to fucking tell Tony that, because fucking Tony don't say that shit.
Oh, Melly said, y'all
But
appreciate
since-
you guys. She said, I want to donate on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
You look,
And
yeah,
Tony,
you can
and listen,
donate.
Annette Gio been saying she wanted to go on a talk round for like a week and a half, but I didn't want to say
do
nothing.
the
So
talk
I got to
lounge.
run it.
Yeah.
Like I let Reese run the night. It's because I got people and they going to be able to tell you that I bring my team and I pull them along. Because when I want to get mad, and I was looking at you like you're sick on his head over there, and this dude know how I am. He be tripping, man. But listen, we're going to wrap it up because now I'm going to have to make this thing into 2 parts, messing around with Reese. All right, but look, we thank y'all for coming out. Remember, subscribe to the Weekly Scheme podcast, man, on YouTube. And we got a Weekly Scheme like page on Facebook. And we also have a Weekly Scheme podcast group, you know. So make sure you check us out, man. Make sure you check us out. We out here. We doing different things, man. We getting better and better. We gaining traction. Remember, we had nothing. You know what I'm saying? At least it's just one. We thank all of y'all. And we out of here. It's the Scheme of Things. This is Reese Raw, Manson
baby.
Lucy Jr., and that Geo Sleep. But we coming with the Talk Lounge, and we all gonna be down here doing what we gotta do. And we thank y'all for sitting down here and dealing with us and doing what we do.
Thank
and
you.
y'all have a good night.
She wanna suck on a lick dick.
And we out of here. Peace.
Peace.